Hey, welcome back to another episode of Instant Ramen Podcast. I'm your host, Juan, as always. My co-host is here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey, dude.
How you doing?
So good. This weekend's been like crazy dope for me.
Yeah.
Got to do all kinds of fun stuff.
Run me through it. What'd you do this weekend?
Hung out with you and our bros. Did a little bit of pathfinding. Went and saw a show, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a second. And today's just, a chill day off where I get to hang out with my friend and talk about anime and just have a good time.
I think what's most important is that we do a quick review of Stew's Day.
Okay, Stew's Day. So check it. We ate stew.
Sure did.
Needed more salt.
Yeah, it was a little. They needed some salt.
That was about it.
I'm not the hugest fan of steamed carrots, so I'll eat them. I'm not gonna make a fuss about it.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I like the bread. For some reason, Leandra and Josh are making a huge deal of
I
how
no fucking clue how to eat bread.
they're like, oh, it's so like they're like it's. I don't know what was the word they used to describe it.
I think Leander said like explosive or some shit.
No, but Josh used another word, like a word, like a characteristic that a bread shouldn't have. It was so like unpredictable. He's like, oh, this bread's super unpredictable. It's like, it's bread. You tear it, put it in your mouth, and chew. You fucking idiots.
Yeah. Essentially, the reason that they were saying that is because they had pieces of the bread falling off.
Yeah. Well, Leander's like, what's because you had two loaves of bread, and like, what's the difference? And you're like, one's long and one's not. One's round. And so, but there was a difference. I think one was like more like a sourdough, and the other one was like had garlic chunks in it.
I'm pretty sure that the round one also had garlic in it.
It didn't.
Oh, it didn't?
I know. I checked. I like both of them.
Yeah, they were both good.
I think what Josh and Leander were like conceiving as like bread just falling off was pieces of garlic just falling out.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But maybe the garlic made it more difficult for them to eat because they're just monsters or something. I don't know.
Idiots. Yeah, no, but Tuesday was good.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
I don't think the consistency was gravy-like we talked, it was definitely...
It was more gravy-like,
but it wasn't soupy.
Like watery. They said watery, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, no, it was good. And then we also watched the
Blade Runner,
short. Yeah,
I didn't enjoy it.
It was something, right? Like it looked good. You can't deny it. It didn't look good. It was just, I guess maybe because we don't have so much knowledge of Blade Runner. I remember watching it a long time ago.
Me too.
And I'm sure some plenty of little stuff was dropped that people love, But for us, it was just like, what's going on? Who's this? What now? But yeah, I mean, I like the way it looked a lot. But that's all I can really say about it, because I didn't get the story points, and some of the voiceover was kind of not that great, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Visually.
Yeah.
And the music fit the atmosphere and world very well.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like I really needed to watch Blade Runner before I would kind of get it.
But
it was such a different experience than a lot of animation out there. So it was just cool to see. Yeah. But it wasn't for me.
Yeah, no, it was fine. I mean, nothing to write home about, but it was good.
Yeah, it was super chill.
Cool. But besides that, I've been just doing schools. I did Pathfinder with you.
Hell yeah.
I went out with a friend last night. After Pathfinder, I went out with a friend. My friend kept texting me. He's like, "Hey man, are you done with Dungeons and Dragons?" It's Pathfinder. No, I'm not done yet.
Yeah, it was midnight when we finished.
Yeah, it was super late. So when I finally met up with him, he was already drunk. I was like, cool, that means I don't have to drink. That means I can because if when you go out, it's just two people are sober. It's we both have to get drunk. But if you show up and someone is already drunk, it's unrealistic to be well, now I have to get just as drunk as you. No, it's okay. I'll be responsible. I'll buy you another drink, and I'll keep an eye on you, and we'll just hang out. So we hung out. We stayed up till 3 a.m. because he just really wanted to talk. And when drunk people talk about the same thing over and over. Yeah. It was just he would say something and be yeah, and I'd say my part, and then he'd say the same thing but with different words. Dude, we just talked about this.
That this is the same conversation we just had.
Yeah, he didn't. But right, I was about to leave. I was all right, man, it's time for me to go. I gotta go home. And he's like, oh man, wait. Oh, I gotta tell you something. You have to hear this. I was like, okay, man, this better be good.
All right, let's check it out.
Dude, it was good.
So, shit.
Yeah, so he was like, oh man, he goes, so Juan, the other day I saw Sierra, I saw your girlfriend. And I was like, okay, cool. And he goes I saw her downtown and she was walking holding another guy's hand.
Oh shit.
Yeah, right? I was just so I was okay, now I'm interested. Shit. And so he said he was at the corner of at Beach Hut, where that sandwich place is?
Yeah.
And he was drinking a beer because his girlfriend works there.
Right, okay.
He's drinking a beer, and then through the corner of he saw Sierra walk by or whatever, and then he looks over and he double takes and he sees that she's holding someone else's hand, and he's like, what? And he says this is his inner monologue. He's like, what what?
Yeah, yeah.
And so he's like, Amy, hold my beer, which is his girlfriend's like, okay. She's like behind the counter. He's just like, what? No, fuck this. Oh, hell no.
Okay,
no, that's
okay.
no. And so then he literally runs outside and he just like runs up behind them and he just goes, really? 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 And then they eventually realized that he was talking to them. So they stopped and the girl turns around and he goes, Juan, and then she stopped and turned around and it wasn't Sierra.
Yeah, of course not.
Not at all was
No
Sierra.
way.
So this girl turns around and looks at him and he goes, excuse me? And he just doesn't know what to do, so he pulls his phone out from his pocket and then he starts going, really? Really?
Oh my God, like the worst cover.
And then she calls him out. She goes, you weren't even talking on your phone. What are you doing?
Oh.
And then he's just like, you know what? My bad. Sorry. And he's like leaves and goes back inside and like. Then he's like, his girlfriend's like, what happened? He goes like, oh, nothing. It was nothing or whatever. So
don't worry.
But he was telling me, he's like, Juan, I was like, I can't believe I saw her, and like so much emotion just ran through me. Like I was gonna go tell her off about like how she could do this to you, and I was about to beat the shit out of this guy, the boyfriend, like and like for you. And it's like that's really nice of you. I would never beat anybody up for you.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, please don't do that.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, that's really sweet. But if I saw your girlfriend holding hands with somebody else, I would not like confront the other man and fight him for you. I would I would take a picture and like send it to you or something because like that's what friends do. But I'm not getting my ass beat for you.
Right.
And then he's just like, no, man, it's just. And so he told me to tell Sierra. I told Sierra, and she started laughing. And then she was saying she was so surprised that like he had like the gall to like go out and call them out. And I was just like, this guy's he's older than me. He's like 32. I'm like, this guy's. It's probably not the first time he's run up on one of his like big friends, girlfriends.
Yeah, he's used to this.
He's probably got experience. Like me, never happened.
No,
but
that doesn't happen to anybody.
He's a man of the world, so like I'm sure he's used to something like this.
Yeah.
But it was funny. That's what happens.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean it technically didn't happen because because Sierra wasn't there. Sierra was also at work in the middle of the day.
Of course.
Sierra's just like, well, why would you think I'm just walking downtown with another man like in the middle of the day, like when I'm working? I was like, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's that. I mean, I'm just doing homework and watching animes. I finally started watching some Made in Abyss.
Yeah.
I was planning on watching like an episode to go to sleep, and I ended up watching 6.
Because it gets you.
It's good, yeah. And then yesterday I was able to watch a couple more, so I think I'm around 8 or 9.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. Yesterday the finale came out.
Okay, cool.
And it like the whole show, I've been really into it and stuff, and it's been super good. And they keep coming up with these darker, cool things.
Yeah.
That you're just like, wow, this world building is amazing, and there's so much more that I don't even know. And fucking last episode had me in tears, dude. I was like, this is fucked up. This is real yeah, man.
Oh,
it was
nice.
Like, how do you not?
I cannot wait to tear up.
It was pretty fucked up, man.
So what's up with you? Let's hear about you.
Yeah, so check it. Pretty chill ass week of work. Nothing really happened at all. Mm-hmm. So I'm down with that. And Friday night we got to do some Pathfinder.
Oh,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I feel like we fucked up. This week's episode is outros. So
that's true. It is.
Hang around for us to talk about outros, but we're just gonna. We said we were going to practice this and be like, we're going to make sure to let people know what the episode is about before we start like rambling. Outros, guys. Favorite outros.
No rules. We chillin'. We vibing today.
Anyways, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, man. So we were playing Pathfinder with Henry, who's still new to our group. And we just had a fun ass time.
Yeah,
Didn't actually accomplish like anything.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. Like Kyle's like, you guys have 2 days before the actual party, like the actual mission part. And I was just like, cool. Let's drag these fuckers out. Oh man, did we really drag them out?
It was great.
And then when we woke up, like my favorite thing is like we woke up for the 3rd day, which is the day of the party. And I was like, Kyle, so like how much time is like the party right now, or like do we got a few hours? It was like let's just go to the party. Come on, guys. I was like, but who does a party at like 6 a.m? You know? But he fast tracked us because like he's like, I really want to get to this mission, and we it was worth it. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it took us like somewhere around like 4.5, 5 hours to do all of this.
Yeah.
So when we actually got down to going to the party and all that, we had this big fight with the demon man.
Yeah.
And the new man in town. He's a big religious figure from a new area.
Yeah.
And he came in. And he was trying to like remove the curse from the whole town, and this demon man pops out, and this religious student, he wasn't nefarious in any way, which is kind of surprising to me.
He's gonna be nefarious. No one's good in this world.
Oh man, like we need another good guy. We just lost a huge one.
I like how Kyle was just like he was explaining that this guy was saying like, look, man, there's probably relics out there that I can help you find. Send to gain the power to defeat this big old dragon that you need to defeat, because it's a big old problem, right?
Yeah.
He's like, we can do that. It's like, or you can like, just be like the most righteous and good people ever. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I was just like, yeah, send me the list to where I can find all these items, because we're not gonna be good people by any sorts. Like the night before, we went on a fucking bar crawl. Like,
yeah, we did.
We got hammered.
And, we just wasted so much time. So after we finished up and had a bunch of fun and saved the town for another day, Kyle was like, "You guys made it about halfway through what I had planned for you tonight." I'm
nice.
Like, yeah,
we did. Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're like wasting our money looking fancy for no reason.
Oh, dude, I got fucking boosted. I was gonna try to pick up a honey. So first of all, my character got this new trait thing where like if I'm heroic, I get hero points and I can do these cool things. So I'm trying to be different. It's really hard for my character to change.
Yeah.
By no means is my character righteous. He's pretty selfish,
pretty pompous.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I was like, I tried to like mingle with the crowd there. And I rolled so bad that like I just didn't know how to mingle right. So I was just like, and I used my knowledge and ability. So I was like, so my mingling sounded something like this. Hey, look, it's that asshole the night from something. His wife left him. It's just not
so
good.
Fucking stupid.
So that happened, and then I tried to pick up a chick, and I got blowed off. And my favorite part though from the whole thing is that for some reason it picked up this weird new thing where I touch my nose and put up my glasses. It's this weird, really smug anime thing that my character does for some reason. And what's really funny is that everybody's super cool with it. They're just like, yeah, he's just a fucking weird gnome. Like,
we just let gnomes be fucking weirdos, because in this world that we have, there are like no half orcs. There are no gnomes.
If there is, there's like very far few in between. Like, it's mostly humans, and like I think we've seen one halfling, right?
Yeah, there are a couple halflings, we've seen one couple of elves. We've met up with some dwarves, but I don't think any live in the city, really.
Yeah, no, it's super like segregated. Yeah. I mean, in the real world, like the world outside of the island that we're at, there is plenty of us. But in this secluded, fucked up place that we're living, it's like we're a hot commodity. So they're just like, look at this weird old little fucker.
It's fucking great.
It's super fun. I'm really liking it. I do got to figure out how to trick Kyle into giving me some of these fucking hero points. I have no clue how I'm gonna acquire these. I gotta save a fucking cat or something.
Well, I do think that running away from the demon fight to go get your shit, I know that you had to.
I had to.
But the fact that you ran away definitely didn't help you.
Oh, are you fucking kidding?
Look heroic.
I had to. Like, I literally, so Kyle's really smart, and we're not dumb, So, like, Kyle did this thing where, hey, guys, we got a new shipment of weapons, and there's this new type of cold steel weapon, right? And it's like, cool. Like, you and I, we instantly like, oh, cool, we're going to need some of this. Like, because, like, we're not dumb. Like, new thing finally shows up at the shop. Yeah, we're going to need it. So I buy some bolts because I don't want to have to buy another weapon. And you buy some, like, arrows or whatever. Yeah. And, like, we go to the party. And I was like, cool. Last time we went to a party, we had no weapons and we got fucked. Yeah. So I decided, okay, I'm going to have a cape. I'm going to put my crossbow on my back and put the cape over it. No one's gonna give me shit. The fucking butler's just like, sorry, man, you can't bring that in here. I was like, what? And I was just like, I wanted to be like, Butler, you don't understand. Something's gonna happen. I'm gonna need these bolts. And he's like, no, you can't. So to leave him downstairs. And when the fight finally popped off, like, it was really clear that I had nothing I could do. Like, I had no magic, know? Yeah. And I had the only other weapon I had was like a sword. I was like, there's nothing to do. So like, I have to go downstairs and I have to get my bolts. And it did look cowardice, but I came back.
Yeah, man, you did.
You got kind of fucked, but you're a tank now, so I don't care anymore.
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of a tank, but also, like, everything can hit me.
Yeah, you have, like, no armor.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, Kyle's like, you're going to hit with the claw, and another claw, and a bite. Henry got fucked, but,
Well, I got critical hit a couple of times,
I was too busy. I was too busy trying to go downstairs.
I was, like, dying, man.
I really coolly wanted to, like, slide down the handrail, and I just fell off the second floor, hit the first floor. It was fine. It was only 4 hit points that I lost. And then I really was glad that I rolled a 1 to find out what something was. I was like, nah, dog, I'm gonna re-roll this bitch. Boom, rolled a 20.
That was fucking great.
Oh man, I had a really fun time. Like after everything was, I was like, I had a really fun time. And I was like, wait, I want to make it clear that like I said this Juan, like not the gnome, just like, oh my god, how fun was this?
Yeah, like,
everybody died.
Let's have another demon fight.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna. So yeah, that's But how was your concert thing?
So yeah, yesterday it was pretty cool. Went to go see Tupperware Remix Party and Ninja Sex Party.
What's the first one?
Tupperware Remix Party. They're like abbreviated twerp is what people call them a lot.
Okay.
And
Ninja Sex Party, and that's the Ego Raptor guy. And
no, but
what?
It's one of the Game Grumps dudes. It's Danny Sexbang. He's been doing Ninja Sex Party for about 9 years now, with Ninja Brian.
Okay, so what's Starbomb? Isn't that like...
That is Ego Raptor and Brian and Danny.
So it's Ninja Sex Party plus Ego Raptor. That's Starbomb.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and they do video game parodies and stuff. But Ninja Sex Party does a lot of original things. They do a lot of covers. Anyways, so we took off to go to Sacramento to go pick up a couple of our friends. And it was pretty fun meeting up with them. I haven't seen them in a long time. Used to live with one of them. And then the other one has been a good friend for a while. And it was fun hanging out, just a chill ass time. It's always good seeing people that you haven't like actually been able to see in a while.
So it was you, Kyle, Leandra, and
it was me, Kyle, Josh, Kate, and Abe.
Okay,
yeah. So Kate and Abe are getting married in about a month.
Cool.
So
are you invited?
Yeah, of course
cool.
I am.
Am I invited?
No.
What the fuck?
You don't know them.
Yeah, but I know you. I just figured that gets me an in.
That's a lot of money. Like they are not wealthy people.
Whoa.
You know how the last wedding...
A way to make it a money thing.
The last wedding we went to
super
together?
Wealthy, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit different.
That wedding was fun.
Yeah,
that wedding was
fun.
Weird. They're divorced now.
That's so fucked up.
That's not even a year.
No, it's wild.
Anyway, so Kate and Abe, we got married.
Yeah, they're getting married. I'm pretty stoked about that. Getting married in a month, so it was cool hanging out with them, being like, man, you guys are...
Getting
about
married.
to get married.
Yeah.
And then we made a lot of jokes about them dying and like we would marry whoever winds up being the one that stays alive.
Okay, that's really fucked up.
Yeah. Well, we're just like, it's fine, Kate, when you die, we'll marry Abe, and it's okay.
We'll take care of him.
But then Abe was saying that if he dies, his family still gets to come to the wedding. And we're like, what? Why? Like, no, fuck your family. That's not how it works.
Oh, man. I don't know. There's a lot of money in that. I feel like...
Is there? I don't know.
Oh, man, that is a rough one. I'd feel kind of bad. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to that wedding.
No, it'd be a fucked up wedding. But we're like, you know what? We'll take the bullet for you. We'll marry Kate. It's okay.
But like not just you, like all three of you.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah. It's a group thing.
Yeah, it's like a timeshare. Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, we're not getting married, but they're still getting married. Nobody died on this trip, unfortunately. Maybe next trip, whatever.
As long as I'm not there, I don't give a fuck.
True that.
I don't want to die.
So we get down to San Francisco, and holy shit, I forget every single time how much I hate San Francisco.
It's the worst.
No offense to the city and the people that live in it, but offense to whoever made the city in the first place. Because what the fuck? The hills are stupid fucking difficult.
Yeah.
I think at pretty much every cross section, people just stopped. Like, even if they didn't have a stop sign, they had to stop.
Because they'll die if they don't.
Yeah, it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everybody is on such high alert when they're driving that I never felt like I was going to be hit. I'm like, I'm going to stop before I hit a car. They're going to stop before they hit me. And no traffic collisions, but we had to drive around for an hour trying to find parking.
Dude, it's the worst.
That's how fucking bad it was.
Yeah, I went to SF last year or this year, and yeah, it's like I remember like why I don't go there. It's because I fucking hate driving there.
It's horrible.
Yeah, and like I used to have the FJ, and I was like, I would like really hate going there. He's like, it's super hard to park that shit. It has really bad blind spots. Now I got the new car, and it's smaller, and I felt a little more comfortable. But it's still fucking miserable to like trying to find a parking spot and like try to get around it because like.
And you know, like living in LA, there were times where finding parking was really difficult. It was pretty brutal. But the thing about LA is, the streets are big enough for you to do that.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, everything is like one car wide and you're at like a 75-degree slope. It's just like fucking ridiculous.
You feel like your car's going to flip over. Like,
it was crazy.
Yeah.
But we made it. We found a parking spot and we made it there. But just fucking walking was so hard. We're like, okay, we got to go quickly so that we can make it in time for the show. So
where was it at?
It was at the Masonic Theater.
Okay, cool.
It was pretty rad. But yeah, going up all the hills and whatnot sucks when you're super out of shape and we're just like sitting for hours and then you kind of need to sprint up the hill. Like no warm up, no, nothing. Just gotta go. But the show was pretty cool. Starts out and MC Chris comes out. I don't know if you know who he is.
Oh yeah.
You do?
No, not at all.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck? So I happen to know who he is because forever ago, when Aqua Teen Hunger Force was on TV, he played a character on it.
Can I guess who?
Yes.
Is he a main character?
No.
Oh, is he one of the alien guys?
No, I don't think so.
Is he one of the like the 8-bit like guys that flip people off?
No, that's one of the alien guys.
No, I meant the other. No, when I said alien guys, I meant the guys that like kind of look like squids.
Nah.
I don't know.
Are you thinking of Squidbillies?
No, there's aliens. I
don't remember.
There's aliens in Aqua 200 Force, and they kind of look like they're like pointy, and they have like the.
Oh yeah. I remember those. No, he's MCP Pants.
Oh damn! Never would have guessed that one.
Yeah, MCP Pants. So, anyways, he's playing all this music that nobody fucking knows, and it sounds crazy. And his voice is like super high. Like if you ever listen to an MC Chris song, you have to think, how is this person real? Like, is this their real voice? It sounds like
they're fixing it and stuff.
Sound like a 10-year-old recorded like a pretty well paced rap.
What's he look like?
Some like not like big, but like a bigger Latino guy.
He's a bigger Latino guy and a tiny voice, huh?
Yeah,
that's rough.
Tiny. And it was crazy. So nobody was really vibing on his music because nobody really knows his music.
Yeah.
And also, I don't really know his music, and I don't really like his music.
Oh, whoa. Shots fired. You like a lot of music, too.
You know what? Yeah, that's the thing. It was just like, it's so peculiar. It's not a thing that you choose to listen to because there are good sounds, and it's also funny. It's like such a niche thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, most people know him either from Aqua Teen Hunger Force as MCP Pants. He did the song I Want Candy, which he played there, and he was like giving a whole thing about it.
Is it like, I want candy? Like that one?
It's very similar to that. See, now everybody knows that song. So that's what makes this one so much harder, is that it's kind of like a play on that for the chorus.
Yeah.
But he wanted to have fans participate in nearly every song. So he teaches you know, how like the chorus goes or whatever, do some backup and whatnot.
It's so awkward.
Which, like, it's fun sometimes if, you know, it's a big band. They're like, come on, guys. And they like point the mic out or whatever. But instead, this guy's like, you know, trying to get you to participate in all of his songs. And he's like back up singers. So for I Want Candy, instead of it going, I want candy, it goes, I want candy.
Candy
Instead of candy. Yeah, or whatever. It was fucking
weird.
Nobody
got it.
Nobody got it.
And
it was just like, dude, you should not make people participate in this slightly different Aaron Carter type deal going on. Anyways, so that was kind of how I felt about him. The one thing that I really liked is that he wanted everyone to get involved in this one song. I think it was called Pizza Butt.
Okay.
So
solid name.
The chorus for it has the crowd chanting, work, 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 work that pizza butt. Nice. And you have to do it like that.
Yeah.
And he told us to imagine a pizza in the shape of a butt getting bigger.
Oh.
To kind of help us, you know how it goes with butt.
Yeah, I got it.
So anyways, yeah. Not great. He played way too many songs.
How long was he on the set for?
He played probably like 8 songs or so, and it was like, this is intense. I mean, you know, his songs are like 1 minute to 2 minutes. They're really short songs.
But the time he used to take to tell people to get along.
Yeah. So it took a little bit, you know? And then once he was done, it took a little while, but Tupperware Remix Party comes out, and they know how to put on a goddamn show. Yeah. They are such amazing performers and great musicians. They did a cover of Daft Punk. Can't remember which song it is because like a few of them kind of blend in for me. Mm-hmm. I always imagined the
helmets.
No, the video. I don't know, the like anime movie.
Oh, the
right?
yeah. The what do you talk about? DJ had this huge thing about those guys.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Something force something.
That sounds right. Sure. I can't remember.
I'll look it up. But
I know we've talked about it on the show previously. I always forget the name of it. But I like remember the music video more than I remember the song, even though, because I don't know, some Daft Punk songs just sound like Daft Punk songs, but they don't sound like, you know, can't be like Around the World or like Do It Harder, Faster, all that. Or any other new stuff. Anyways, so they did a cover of a classic.
It's Interstellar 555.
Interstellar 555. Sure, that sounds perfect.
Yeah, the story. Yeah, it's the story of the secret star system, and all the S's are 5s. Yep. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah. So they did one of those, huh?
They did one of those, and it was like a really good cover. And my roommate described them as like in his head, he was like, oh, they're like a discount Daft Punk or something, which they kind of are because they use the kind of Daft Punk voice, you know, using a keyboard and talking into a special kind of system that adapts it. Yeah.
So it's like they're like the poor man's Daft Punk.
Yeah, kind of.
Or no, it's a working man's Daft Punk. You know?
Yeah. But their performance is fucking killer. Like they are such amazing musicians. It was so entertaining to watch. Like the bass was crazy fucking jammy. Just like I love it whenever people play slap bass or like pluck the strings on bass. It sounds so rad to me.
Okay.
So that kind of bass is like totally my jam. And the guitar is also really, really fucking clean.
It's like a
lots of
legit
good
band?
solos.
Like,
yeah, they're like a really good band.
Like 5 guys? Like 4 guys?
4 dudes.
Okay.
So they come out and they're all dressed up in their suits and whatnot, which they describe themselves as a band from the 80s, from space, from the future.
From the 80s space future. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So anyways, the bassist is a lion man.
Nice.
The lead singer is some kind of like a spaceman, not like very specific anything. He just wears like a spacesuit type thing with a giant like cone type helmet. The guitarist he kind of looks like Ant-Man if Ant-Man were from space.
Spaceman.
From the 80s too.
From the 80s in the future. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, exactly. And then the drummer was he just looks like this terrifying like monster robot.
Nice.
And it's crazy to me that they perform in costume and do such a good job.
When you said suits, it's like, oh, cool. They wear like 3-piece suits.
No. They're costume suits. It's fucking great. And they have a music video, and it reminds me so much of like D&D, where it was their first song that they did together with Ninja Sex Party. So they had Danny singing, and the music video for it is Danny meets a girl, and then they're in bed and they're in love, and then a guy breaks in and he steals Danny away and locks him up in a dungeon, right?
Steals the guy away?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So the girl, she like puts on her like leather jacket and her sunglasses and whatnot, and is looking like a badass. She takes this picture of Danny with Tub War Remix Party, and she like goes off on a mission to go and find all of them. So, first thing she does, she goes into outer space.
Yeah.
And then she meets up with the lead singer, who is currently helping out NASA with like a huge error on one of their satellites.
Yeah.
Right. So she goes up and she's like, Danny's in trouble, like sends out a signal, and he's like, got it. And he like, I don't really know how to describe it, but he like warp charges, like sidearm kind of charges into her spaceship. And just like they fucking fly back to Earth, and they go and they meet up with the lion who was teaching lions out in Africa how to appreciate music.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the way you do.
Yeah, exactly. And then they go on to this like space mountain where the guitarist is playing music with clones of himself for like a giant audience. And they just like shoot him a text like, hey man, like Danny's in trouble. We need your help. And he just stops and like flies away right there with his jetpack. And then they all go and they meet up with the robot who's in this like secret lair just jamming to himself. And they bust through this door and beat the shit out of the guy or whatever. So anyways, it gives you an idea of like where they're all from, and it's kind of like a D&D mission where, we got to go out, we got to get the heroes together, and it just felt like so much fun. So when they were playing, they played the first 2 songs, came out and did that, and they were explaining it like, so what you just heard was 2 songs blended together, one going smoothly into another, and then the bassist comes out, and he sounds like Macho Man Randy Savage. So it's just like, those songs went out to all the ladies here tonight. And he's just like really intense. And it was like, okay, cool. It's for all the ladies. And then they were like, all right, next up, song number 3. It's going to be a great one. And the bassist comes back and he's like, this one goes out to all the ladies here tonight. And it was great. And then they were like, pay attention to how many songs we're playing. We're going to have a quiz at the end here. And then next up, they were like, all right, song number 7. This one goes out to all the ladies, like over and over, And then they jumped. They're like, song 12. Now, this is a very important song for us. It's called Rock and Roll Best Friends, which I love the fucking name of the song. And it wasn't out to all the ladies. It was out to everybody in the audience. So a little bit different.
Yeah, they switched it up.
And then we get to song 21, which is, the next one. And it just kept like jumping through songs. And then they explained, they're a band from the 80s, from the future and space and all that. And they said that, time really flies when you're traveling through space and time. And that's how they explain
why they
jumping
skip from song to song. Yeah.
Anyways, they ended on song 69, which of course, you kind of have to. It's just segue into Ninja Sex Party, who Tupperware Remix Party was the backup musicians for them the whole time. And they were having such a fucking fun time. It's really cool watching a band that performs super well together.
Yeah.
Like just the guitarist and the bassist like going around and they would like constantly lean up against each other and do like wee wee wee, when they're jamming.
Yeah.
And there were a couple times where like high fived while they were performing. It was like, how do you even play this well? It's great. Anyways, then when Ninja Sex Party came out, they focused a lot more on cover songs than I would have preferred. You know what the songs sound like. Everyone likes them, but we're here to see your guys' stuff.
Your music.
And they focused a lot on like banter and comedy over playing music.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't super down with, but like it was fine. There were some really funny bits where I think my favorite thing out of all of it was there is a skit on one of their albums where they're going to play this like metal song they've been working on for 3 years. And then when they get into it, like it starts up and it sounds really intense. And suddenly it cuts off to just like this really like stupid sounding piano. It was like boo doo 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 boo doo doo doo. And so Danny gets mad at Brian. He's like, Brian, goddamn it, don't play any like bloopy reggae jams. So they were doing that. He was just like, all right, so our next song is going to be this song. It's going to be great. And Brian did that. And I was like, it's that skit. But then to follow up, he does it again. But this time he's backed up by like all of Tupperware Remix Party. And they're like playing along with him. And then they do it once more, but in a Latin style.
Oh, nice.
And it was pretty fun. They got like a horn going on for it. And it was just like super nice flair. And then they did it once again in a punk rock style. And then Danny explained to us that they practice these songs in all different kinds of genres, like that specific thing. They just do a bunch of genres for it. He's like, I've never heard that one. And I actually really liked that one. That was super fucking cool.
Punk rock one.
Yeah, it was really funny though. I just got such a kick out of that. And then Brian kept putting anything that people would throw up on stage. He would throw it in his like sweatpants that he had.
It's weird.
And they would flip off the audience, and he had us chanting, our side of the room got to yell fuck over and over and over. He would point. He's like, rock and fuck, rock, fuck. This is like one of their things. They're just like, rock, 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 fuck, 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 fuck. It was great. And then he just like flips everybody off, and he thumbs up, and he looks at one guy in the audience, and he like points at him, gives him the thumbs up, and then flips off everybody else in the band. It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was fun. Overall, though, Tupperware Remix Party really fucking killed it.
The show, yeah.
I was nothing but impressed. I thought that they were just fantastic. I had such a good time. And yeah, driving home was kind of shitty, but I made it and I'm alive. And
no one died, yeah.
I just wish I could have watched more anime.
Yeah, me too. Anyways, it sounds like you had a great time. And
God, it was so fun.
It does sound like the opener guy. Like most openers, always suck.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a couple of times where openers are like really fucking rad,
but like barely. Like but almost always an opener is just shit. There
was a really good opener at Bright Eyes.
Okay,
I had a good time with that,
and it's cool. I mean, it's sometimes it happens where you go to a show and the person you go to see isn't like as great as you thought.
No,
but somebody else will surprise you.
Yeah, I always like to do that too. Like, I found a lot of cool bands just through that.
Like Ryan made me go to Royal Blood once in Sacramento, and the opener was shit, obviously. And then the next people, there were like two other bands that went. And one of those bands, I think it was the second of them, was really good. And then fucking Royal Blood came out, and they were great, but I feel like the other band stole the show. I was like, oh, wow, they did great. But that one opener's always shit. Yeah. I mean, it just kind of comes with the territory, I guess. Well, how about we just get into this week's episode?
Let's fucking talk about some news.
Let's do some news, Doug.
Let's talk about some news. So check it out. Last week we talked about how Kimono Friends,
fired their director, one of the creators.
Yeah,
like
he was released from the company, is how they phrased it. So the next day, the entire staff, resigned to follow.
Wow, no shit.
Yeah, they were like, no, fuck this, we're out.
And it's like a really popular show for some reason. Like,
it's
people
wildly
really
popular.
Like this. Wow, that the fucking balls on that. Like, that's some loyalty right there. Because, it's super hard to get in the industry anywhere. And then it's just like, wait, you're firing my boss? fuck you, we're leaving too.
Right? But then like the boss kind of has a crew that he could go to for anything, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, but like the anime people are like, okay, cool, then we'll just find someone else and know never to hire you guys ever again.
Yeah.
And that could really fuck you, you know?
I mean, if your dad fired your mom,
Oh God.
who would you go with, you know? Would you quit with your mom?
No, I'd stay around my dad. How's my mom going to provide for me? Like, it's different. Don't put me in this situation. But you understand, like I'm saying, like I'm surprised that like.
Well, like if you fired me, would you like come along with me?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then we good.
It's just like it's surprising for people to show that much loyalty. You know, good for them.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully that works out for them. Hopefully, like the studio realizes that they need the directors and need the staff.
Oh shit! Since this was a show about animals and whatnot, I forgot the most important part of my trip to San Francisco yesterday.
Went to the zoo.
As we were on our way out,
you hit a bird
at like midnight.
You hit a dragon.
Very close. We fucking saw this rat run out from like fucking nowhere, and it was just like whoom, running on the sidewalk into the street and stuff.
Yeah.
So Josh and I, without ever communicating this before, we just start yelling, "Street rat! Street rat! Street rat!" Like it was the most exciting thing, and we're just like, "This is like Aladdin." We just saw Aladdin, you guys. You know,
you're the dumbest person I know. I want you to know that. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It was fucking.
I'm so glad.
Awesome.
So glad we took a break from fucking news to do this.
There was a rat in the street.
There's rats everywhere. Anyway,
My Hero Academia is renewed for a third season. Who would have fucking guessed?
Yeah, when I saw this up on like it was like hitting the boards like so much. It was like really like no shit. Like
yeah, everyone's losing their mind. It's like
yeah, they should
like,
sign
you
up.
know that this is like the most successful
show
right
ever.
now.
Yeah, they should sign up for 4th, 5th, and 6th while they're at it. Like this show's great.
Right? Like why wouldn't they?
I don't think the guys for My Hero Academia they're like biting their nails. Like I don't know, man. Do you think we're gonna get another season? Like they're not worried. Like
nah, man, they're doing cocaine in their cocaine bathtubs.
Yeah, with cocaine whores. Point is, this is a great show, and I'm glad it's getting a 3rd season. I just wish they'd make more fucking figures so I could spend all my money.
I just want, I don't know.
Why don't they want our money?
I want an outro Bakugo.
That is
yeah.
That
Riding a dragon.
No, that is a really good what's it like? Variant of his like a good outfit.
It really
like,
is, yeah. I mean, when we went to Sac Anime and I saw somebody dressed up as him, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree. Great. Yeah, so awesome, cool, but make figures so we can buy them. Fuck.
Yeah, I totally feel that. Next up, the English voice actor for Shoko in a silent voice is going to be played by a person who is actually deaf.
Whoa.
Which is so fucking cool. Because, a silent voice, it deals with the person who, they can't talk unless they sing or whatever it is. They feel like sick or whatever. But then it also has a very large element of sign language and deaf and all that.
It's interesting because I know there are deaf people who do end up having speech impediments because of them being deaf.
Yeah,
like they'll have like that way they talk. It's
really nasally. Yeah.
I wonder if that's gonna transfer over. I mean, I would love to see it in its its sub. And see if it's the same thing with like deaf people in Japan. I
don't know if they recorded with that deaf person in Japanese or not.
But I'm saying, maybe like they try to like, try to do this or whatever. Or maybe they just, because there are people who are deaf who don't have that, that accent as heavy. So I'm interested to see how this turns out. And this is really cool for them to actually like get someone who is, struggles with a disability. I
thought it was super cool.
Yeah, good for them. That's awesome.
I'm excited to, we'll of course check it out subtitled, but then we'll check it out in English because I feel like they're going to put a lot of effort into it.
Oh hell yeah!
At least with
you're going above and beyond. Like you can, because you could get like a voice actor and just like cool, just pretend to be deaf.
Oh yeah,
and there's like no, we'll just get a deaf person. Why not?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah,
fuck it. All right, next up, rumors of a certain magical index 3 is confirmed. It was confirmed at Dengeki Bunko Fall Festival.
I don't know what this is.
Okay, so this is a show that people have been looking forward to for years, the next season of it. I don't know shit about the show other than it does not look like I would enjoy it, but people fucking love this shit. And finally, there were rumors that came out about a week ago, so I didn't want to put it in the news.
Sorry, it's a song.
Oh, shit, yeah. you do you, dude.
I think hanging out with DJ really fucked me because now anytime I hear 21, I just want to do 21. Like,
yeah, no, that kid ruined me.
So there's just things where like people say a lyric, I was like, don't sing this song, and I do it. Anyway, sorry about that. But about a week ago,
A week ago there were rumors about the third season coming out, and because it was posted on a website and removed really quickly, and people were like, "What the fuck was that?
Have you seen it
for real?" I just said no.
Oh, any of it? None of it?
No. I said I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't look like it's for me.
Okay.
I looked it up when I first saw the rumors, and I was like, yeah,
cool.
But people are stoked about this. So third season's coming out. For whoever's stoked, I'm happy for you.
Good for you guys.
That's rad that, we're actually getting another season of a show that hasn't been around for a while.
Yeah.
That's always exciting. Fooly Cooley 2, people never thought that would ever happen, and now here we go.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Next up.
So, J.J. Abrams is going to be directing the live-action version of Your Name.
Whoa.
What do you think about that, dude?
First of all, every time I see J.J. Abrams, I want to pronounce it J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. I like J.J. Abrams as a director.
Yeah.
I think there's some good stuff.
He's good.
He's done some shit that's like not that great in my opinion. But I think he's got the goods. This is interesting. I don't know if you knew this. This is something I found out later. But J.J. Abrams is he's slated to direct the Star Wars movie. Because it's lost his director again, and they got him back to do it, to finish it, wrap it up, whatever.
Right.
And I think, I don't know, is it 20th Century Fox? I think it's them, or it's another studio, but it's, has J.J. Abrams as this. They had this deal with him where they paid him a shit ton of money and they promised in the hopes that he would produced a bunch of like new stuff for them, like direct a bunch of movies, not like sequels or stuff like, but like original projects. And so now leaving that to do the Star Wars thing is
that's pretty big.
It's a huge old deal. And like he's like, no, let me do this. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do what I said I was going to do or whatever. But the end of the contract's up, and this is one of the last contracts out there. Like he was like slated as like being the next Steven Spielberg for a bit.
Yeah.
So like,
well, he produced things alongside Steven Spielberg.
But there's those directors. Like nowadays, like directors aren't like that. It's just like they find a TV guy who will do what the studio wants them to do.
Yeah.
And like, here you go. That's why people get fired all the time. But him doing Your Name, it's interesting because I liked Your Name a lot, and I'm interested if they're gonna, first of all, whitewash it. If they're gonna make them, Americans instead of Japanese people, they probably are. It'd be interesting to see how they do the like the reveals and stuff. Like, are we gonna have like massive special effects, or is it gonna be
I'm very curious. Story? The thing that I'm most worried about, a lot of American films kind of whitewash things a little bit. Like they don't make it as Japanese as it should be.
Yeah, Death Note, dog. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Your Name is such a Japanese movie.
Oh, dude, it is so it's so embedded in Japanese culture. She works. I mean, she lives on it like in a shrine where she makes sake the old-fashioned way.
That's something where if we're going into seeing this foreign film, we accept it so much easier than if we're seeing a movie in English about these people that spend so much time dedicated to something that we don't understand.
Yeah.
If it's a foreign thing, we get it.
Like, cool.
But since it's in English, they're going to have to sell it in a different way. It's going to feel different. So I'm very, very curious about what's going to happen with that. And that's what concerns me more than anything.
Yeah, I have no doubts in J.J. Abrams doing a good job directing a movie. It's more like I wonder what whatever studio picks it up and what they decide to do with the movie. Mm-hmm. Like if they decide to whitewash it, or if they decide to make it a foreign film and still have Japanese characters. Cool.
Yeah.
But like now, how are you going to do this without being like, without fucking it up? Like, are you going to make it your own? Are you going to be true to the story? What are you going to do? But I mean, Your Name is a gorgeous story. So like, it's definitely got huge merits there. I don't know. This is really interesting. I didn't hear about this till just now, and I don't know. I guess we have to wait and see, because we saw how they can fuck up other things. They fucked up Ghost in the Shell. They fucked up Death Note. So far, Hollywood doesn't have a good
streak,
a good repertoire when it comes to taking these things and making bringing to the United States. I don't know. Whenever it comes out, we're definitely gonna review it if it ever comes out.
True that. All right, next up, live action Sword Art Online has been announced to be produced by the director of Friday Night Lights. Did you ever watch Friday Night Lights?
No, but I've heard so many good things about it.
You know what? The thing, I've never seen it. Here's a great drama. Yeah. I love the music in it. I've listened to a lot of the music. I didn't even realize it was from Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
But I've listened to it, and I'm like, fuck, this music's great. And if the show is anything like the music, that's fucking cool. However, Friday Night Lights is like a drama.
Yeah.
And Sword Art Online is
like an action adventure.
It's hard to build these fantasy worlds.
Yeah.
Without basing it somewhat in reality. And this is Sword Art Online. I don't know what parts he's going to be adapting or whatever, but it's a series.
Yeah.
They're not adapting a movie. So this is something that's relatively new.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be a series.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to be a movie. But the fact that he directed Friday Night Lights, the series, leads me to believe that he's going to make a live action series of an anime, which I fucking hope happens, because that's not something that has like ever happened from Japanese to English.
Yeah, no, that'd be new.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, as you and I know how we feel about Sword Art Online. We liked the first arc a lot.
So fun.
And then we're just like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And there's like some merits in the later ones. I think this would make a great like live action series. It's just kind of curious to see how they do it and where it ends up. If it ends up like on Netflix, I'm kind of bummed the way they did, Death Note. If it ends up on Hulu, who knows? Maybe on Amazon Prime. One thing being said though is like it would be interesting to see an adaptation into a series as opposed to a movie, because if we're doing it into a movie, then we instantly know, well, we're gonna have to cut out a lot of things to bring it down.
And more specifically, it's gonna be like one arc.
Yeah.
It could not be multiple.
Yeah, characters are going to be removed. Like characters that we like, the blacksmith that we like, she's going to be gone.
Yeah.
The chick with the bird thing. Or they'll make an amalgamation of, this will be this person. A lot of things will be gone to make time for that 2.5 hours, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I feel like they probably wouldn't have the whole like going off living in a cabin with their daughter.
That's gone, yeah.
That is for sure gone. But yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah,
when it
I'd
comes out.
love to see this. I'd love to review it. And if it's garbage, it's garbage.
I'm very eager to find out what's going on with the new Sword Art Online thing.
I'm down to check out Friday Night Lights, actually, because I've heard, like I said, I've heard a lot of great things about it.
Yeah.
And then there's a group of podcasts to listen to out in Australia, and they compliment the shit out of it all the time. And they're what's great is they don't understand American football, but the show is about like American football and this drama thing. Yeah. And so like, yeah, man, he did the touchdown thing, and I was just like, these guys are fucking absurd. Like, it's a great show, and we don't even know what football is. So yeah, great director, I'm assuming. So let's see. Fingers crossed.
Exciting.
Right?
Let's find out. Next up, new Sword Art news. Sword Art Online Project Alicization is going to come out. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a new series.
I think it is a series. I think because Sword Art Online wasn't a manga, right? It's a what are they called? Light novels, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's another arc from a different book. Right. What I also heard, I think you missed it there. They're also thinking about doing Gun Gale Online or whatever, and it's going to be its own. It's going to be its own series, its own show, and its own anime, and it's not going to have Kirito in it. I don't think it might not have the blue-haired chick. She might show up, but from looking at the images, it looks like a bunch of like original characters, and I really liked Gun Gale. Like that was
I did too. I think the least enjoyable parts about it were it stretched a little bit.
Yeah,
but the real world stuff sucked.
Yeah.
It was just bad. It wasn't
the inside part of it. Yeah, absolutely. That was sucked. And then I was so over the fact that they're like, hey, Kirito's a girl, and I was like, why would you why? Like, why does that happen? Why is it?
I mean, you know what? Like, I play games as girls all the time, but it's a little bit different.
It's just
when you're actually going to be in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I was super frustrated myself. I started playing Destiny 2 over this last week. It's been a blast, but I made a female character because I liked the look of her more than any of the other designs. Like I didn't feel like any of the dudes looked cool enough, but the chicks looked like they were badass. And I didn't realize that you keep the same username as your account. So now I'm just a chick named Kristoff. Oh. Which really bummed me out.
Why don't you Christopher or whatever?
I came up with that much later. I've had the PlayStation account name since 9th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Christopher came around 4 or 5 years ago.
Right. Okay, so you just kind of... I didn't know that. It sucks. It sucks you can't just change your name.
Yeah, I looked it up and you just can't.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, you just have to give up all your trophies, and I'm like, I got a fucking lot of platinums.
Yeah, I got a lot of... Yeah. Like, they're totally meaningless, but you got all of them.
Yeah, exactly. I spent all this effort into it.
No, I mean, that's a bummer. Yeah, no. So for this Gale Gun news, it'd be dope. I'd be interested to see that because I really like that arc. That world that was in is like a different video game. Because I know they talked about like, oh, there's different online games, but we didn't actually get to see any. And then the one we saw was the fairy version of it, which is essentially kind of just like the last one we were in. You know?
Yeah, I wasn't. Well, I mean, it was kind of, I guess, like the last one. I liked the last one even more. The fairy one had some cool stuff going on if it was an actual game to play, but it wasn't that compelling to watch visually. In my opinion, just flying around because it's a huge world. I like the fact that they had to walk around and it was like a real thing. Yeah.
But Gun Gale was dope. Like I really liked that one. And yeah, you're right. The outside world stuff was pretty lacking. The death gun thing was cool. I don't know. Yeah. I like that world a lot, and I'd be super down to see another story there.
Yeah. The final arc, not the final arc, the final part of the story, the whole like actual story, where it got taken over into the real world, that was dope. It always is. That's always the cool part.
Where they come back and it's just like, just like in the first arc, when they come out and like there's like real people in it, and like, now they got to really wreck shit. Yeah,
exactly. And they're like fighting in a house, and that was just fucking nuts.
I love that shot where she, I don't know her name, but she just wakes up and looks over.
I don't remember her real name, but it was Sinon.
And Kirito's just like beating the shit out of this guy. I was like, damn, Kirito, you scary. Look at him.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was fucking cool. But the whole like brother sister, like, oh, we haven't talked in a long time, and we're gonna like fuck each other. And I know that was in like the second arc as well.
Yeah, but
that was also in the third arc.
You're just like, come on, man, let it go. Yeah, point is, a bunch of stuff happening with Sword Art Online, and that's cool. It's a thing we like, Sword Art sometimes, and people love it. So like, bring it on,
All right, cool.
Next up, how about we get into this week's topic? It's gonna be, it's outros. So I can't imagine
favorite outros.
I can't imagine that we're gonna talk too long on it.
We're gonna talk enough.
Yeah, we're gonna talk, at least 3 hours about it.
Yeah, hopefully.
So Trip picked 5, I picked 5, and Trip and I picked them for different reasons. Obviously, he finds merit in his things. I find merit in my things.
Yeah, like every outro is going to be different.
Yeah,
whether it's the music that compels you to enjoy it, or the way that it entwines with the actual show itself, or the uniqueness of it. Every outro has a different thing going on, which I really like.
I was actually talking to Sierra about this because like getting ready for the show, and she was saying like she couldn't think of any because she doesn't really listen to outros and watch outros.
Heathen.
Exactly. And the thing is, in all honesty, most people don't watch outros because they just kind of want to watch the next song.
Right.
A
lot of people like to watch intros.
Yeah, intros are, but like intros are great.
But outros can be fantastic.
Actually, that's what I'm saying. Like outros can be important. They maybe people don't think they're necessary, but they're great, and they should. Some of them are really good and should be like praised for being good.
Yeah.
Because someone put work into it. Yeah. So maybe people don't think this is like a worthy episode of a topic, but hey, man, it's our show. We're gonna talk about outros that we like, and if you like these outros, check them out. And if you don't, well, it's fine. Just watch the anime whichever way you want to.
You know what? One thing that really surprised me, I was holding back because I thought this was one that you were gonna do for sure. Is the My Hero Academia?
No, Sierra told me about it, and I figured you'd do it. So I was like, it's fine. I won't do it. And
then we really fucked up. So that is my number one. Let's just say that right here and now. That's my number one. I think the song is fucking hype for third outro of My Hero, where it goes into this like fantasy world.
Yeah,
they all look so fucking cool. We've talked about it enough on the show. I feel like it's fairly obvious how much we both like it.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
So that's gonna be my number one that I didn't actually put on this list because I was hoping that you would put it on.
I wanted to do Mob Psycho, and you took it. I was like, fucking asshole. It's like you took the one I really like. But yeah, that My Hero one is really great, especially because it's just like it's a change of pace. All the characters get like these new outfits, and they all get taken to this fantasy world. And you and I, obviously, we play Pathfinder, and
so it hits close to home.
It hits close to home. Like we like, oh, that's the wizard character, and that's the barbarian character, and that's the
cool, man,
and that's the knight, and it's super
fun. Fighter, yeah.
So it is really cool. It has nothing to do with the show, honestly.
No. And who cares?
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's great. I remember seeing it when it popped up. I just thought it was like a fan made thing. I was like, this is, and I was like, I was super impressed.
The quality.
Yeah, and then when that bitch shows up on the fucking new episode, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
this is great.
Yeah, it's good shit, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great outro. So how about we get into it? We're just gonna start doing these are in no particular order. These are just 5 that we like.
No,
except for the one that Trip just said that
we didn't put it on there, but I'm saying that's like number one of this last year. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know of all time, but of this last year, that's for sure my favorite.
I think maybe because I was trying to think. I was trying to for mine. I was like, what's my favorite of this season so far? that might be it, honestly, because I like the Made in Abyss one, but I don't think it's the best. And I really like the outro for the second arc of Boruto, but the My Hero one does beat it out. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Cool. So right off the top, let's just start with the one that you picked, right? And that I wanted to pick, but apparently I fucking couldn't.
Yeah, man, you snooze, you lose, bro. So my first outro. Fuck, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. My first outro that I chose is Mob Psycho 100's outro. It's by All Off. The song is Refrain Boy.
Okay. Cool.
And the thing that makes this outro so substantial is how it's done. There are a couple that I chose that are done in very unique ways.
Yeah.
And this is done through sand art. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but like not just the outro, but sand art in general, where it's done on a glass with a light behind it. And then you just move the sand to make pictures, and it looks like super unique, really cool. It's like, it almost looks like a weird painting.
Yeah. It's like a portrait that's kind of like alive.
Yeah, exactly. So the animation, it's like stop motion, which is so cool about it. Stop motion paintings, and it looks really good, and the song is so jammy too.
Yeah.
I always listen to this remix of it. It's on like a couple of my playlists because it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It starts out so strong. It's like Kunosakai with it. Yeah, I fucking love it. And every single time that it comes on, I watch the whole thing. There are a lot of outros where you do wind up skipping because you've heard it enough.
Yeah.
And I also sometimes would skip intros depending on what they are. But Mob Psycho's got a great intro and a great outro. And the outro is so visually stunning.
Yeah.
One of the things that makes Mob Psycho so compelling is its visuals. So I'm really happy that they were able to give the outro something that fits the show in a unique way.
Well, yeah, I remember reading an article about like how they actually like made it, like the sand art and how long it took them, and because it's not a very common form of art,
right?
So seeing this person make this, it's pretty long. Like, and stop motion is a timely type of animation,
right?
That's why it's not very commonly used. So seeing it in the outro is really awesome. It's a beautiful, gorgeous outro, great song, and I don't know, it does great for the show. And isn't it like the very end, like that outro, like it goes to hand drawn, and we see like Mob and Reagan together. Yeah, it's a great show, and I agree.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's essentially just like walking down a street.
Yeah.
But then it changes angles and whatnot in a really cool way.
Yeah.
I would recommend everyone should check this out. The outro out, just to like kind of get an idea of how different visuals can be in different kinds of medium. So like there aren't many shows which have live action sequences amongst animation or whatever, and there are a lot of weird like claymation specials of things. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing, but this is pretty similar to that, but it's more artistic than it is just like playful.
Yeah.
So it really stands out to me. So that's why I wanted to choose this.
Yeah, I wanted to pick it too, but when you got it, I was like, damn, you got me. It's a good one.
It's great, man.
Mob Psycho all around is a great show. Great intro, great show, great outro. So
yeah, they got everything. They got all the elements.
Knocked it out of the park. So for this next one, is an anime that you haven't seen.
No, I'm kind of bummed.
I don't think you're going to. It's pretty large.
Yeah, but I'm bummed that I didn't, I wasn't able to see this outro. I wasn't able to listen to it.
It's interesting. It has a really jammy song. Let me just get into it. So it's the 25th outro because for Naruto Shippuden, the song's called I Can Hear, and it's by Dish.
Yeah.
The thing about this song is, God, it gets me going. Like it has like a really like, it kind of starts off really mellow, and then before boom, we got some rap going, and then we got a really catchy chorus. And the beginning animation is of like Naruto, and he's like younger, and he's like holding like one of those little hobo bags, whatever, and everything's really fantastical. And the animation and the style is done differently. It's more cartoony, and I really like I would really like to see like an episode animated like that. Like I was like, cool, because like
like a semi spin-off episode.
Yeah, like because it was really dream sequency felt, and we get to see all the characters. Naruto has a huge cast, and we get to see them in not just like them doing mission stuff. It's like them in their average days of like living. So like they're like having dinner, or like they're going for a walk, or they're at their house, or one of them drops like like a big old piece of, I don't know, it's like a jar or something on his foot. It's like, oh my God, my foot. But it's super fun. It's super wacky. Especially when, Naruto can have some really serious, times
exactly.
like, oh, this person died, we're at war, blah, 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 all this stuff. So it's really nice. And I really, really like the intro of it. Just like the visual of like a young Naruto, like he's trying to find out what path to go to. And he's asking like his mentors for help. And the style is different. It's drawn differently, and like in different parts. At the beginning, it's drawn differently, and then we get some more traditional Naruto's anime style,
right?
And then we get some other like little snippets, little few segments of this different animation. And the song, dude, the song just like I want to sing along every time, and it's great. And it was kind of hard to pick because Naruto Shippuden, Naruto, all these shows, they have so many intros, they have so many outros, so it's kind of hard to be like which is my favorite, because I like a lot of them. But you got to be like, well, got to narrow it down to one that I'd be like, this is the one that like I would like not skip at all. Like I would, like if this one came on, I'm going to watch all of it.
That's really, with the show that big,
yeah,
I think that definitely says something.
For sure, man.
And going back to the whole like it being animated differently than the rest of Naruto, I feel like so many shows have different styles of animation. Like it'll jump from regular animation to chibi pretty easily, or it'll do like weird little things like that where it's just kind of like this one-off little joke thing. But I haven't, seen many shows that actually are ambitious enough to do an entire episode in a different animation style.
Yeah.
But Avatar comes to my mind. Not only Legend of Korra, where we had the whole episode about Wan.
Oh man, that was one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, it was fucking great. It was animated differently, and it was done in such a cool, unique style. But then you could go back to the first series of Avatar. There's an episode where they're crossing this canyon, and the whole time they're like a group of more barbaric people and a group of high class people. And they're constantly fighting with each other. And it turns out that their ancestors used to know each other and they used to be friends or whatever. But then they one stole something from another, and they each heard different parts of the story.
Yeah, this orb or whatever. But like,
but then Aang makes up a story in order to like save face for everybody and make everyone friends again.
It wasn't like he didn't steal anything. They were playing a game.
Yeah. And he's like, I was alive 100 years ago. I knew these people.
Like,
they were kids,
bro?
They were playing a game.
Yeah.
So that like they show different styles of animation for like each of their stories being told, whether it's like from the more barbaric people or from the more high class people, they had different animation. And then when Aang's telling it, it's like much more like kiddie.
Yeah.
And really, I thought that was really cool.
Kind of felt Rugrat-esque. Like, it's like really, really cute and adorable. It's like you guys are misinterpreting what actually happened. What actually happened was this. Yeah, great episode. And you're right, not many shows will do that. Will dedicate certain segments to that. But we do see very often when there's like animes, it'll have their animation style and then a moment of chibi or a moment of something serious. What's the show that does this? Or like Naruto. Speaking of Naruto will have moments where they have battle sequences and you can see that they sold or they bought some time.
Yeah, they had a different
studio to do it. Yeah. So it's like a more fluid looking animation style to their more classic, basic animation that they do. So yeah, so this, like I'm saying, like,
I love that kind of
this
stuff.
This outro really does a thing where like you can instantly see like, well, that's different, and it looks good. Like it like you can tell it's Naruto, you can tell it's Kakashi and Guy Sensei and all them. You know who they are. Yeah, but they look a little different, and it's aesthetically pleasing.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm down with that. All right, next up, I chose the Eden of the East in outro. It's a futuristic imagination by Melt Downer, and the song isn't memorable to me really at all.
Yeah.
It's a fine song. There's nothing wrong with it. There are some songs like I love Trigun, but the outro song for it just fucking annoys me and I can't stand it. The animation isn't enough. That's great
because like you love Trigun.
Yeah, I do, but I outro skip it every time. Yeah. But with the Eden of the East, the song's fine. It's not super memorable to me, but the animation sequence is once again more stop motion oriented.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh man. It's the paper one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the outro is fucking gorgeous for this one.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Damn, you took two of ones that I liked. Because you know what? Because when we were talking about like last week, or is it last week or the week after that, before that, it was like, we're doing outros. I'm like, they were doing intros. I was like, cool. And I was like, damn it, Eden East has a super dope outro. I'm going to wait to bring that up. Because Eden East intro is okay, I guess. It's fine.
The intro's fine.
But like the outro fucking
is
shines.
Really fucking great. It's some of the best animation in like any outro I've seen. Essentially what we have are, instead of having like cut out paper people on some kind of like a scenery or whatever, it's the paper with the outline cut out.
Yeah.
So you're seeing this person and it's like a huge fucking stack of papers, so there's a lot of depth to it too.
Yeah.
And you see all these buildings and whatnot, and all these rockets and missiles and stuff going off, which is a huge part of the show, as we've talked about previously.
Yeah.
And the main character is like shooting them down with his little finger guns and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it works in such a really, really cool style, and it's some of the most amazing stop motion that I've seen in any kind of modern media that isn't specifically like a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree. I remember watching it recently. You made me watch it. I finished it. I don't know if we talked about it, but I finished it. Really liked it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make time to watch the movies. But yeah, I remember watching the intro. Like again, the song didn't catch, but like just like glancing at the intro, and it just like blowing me away.
Yeah,
I was like the outro. I was like, oh, it's like literally like, oh my god, like this is gorgeous. Like it's a great show. You know, the animations looks really good too. But it's just completely different. You know, they went a different route completely, but they tell a great story. Like you can sit there and be like, oh, I get what that is. I understand what that is. And the more you watch the show, the more you understand.
Yeah,
but
I like whenever you watch an intro or outro and it is showing you these elements of the show that you're not used to yet. You don't know it, and you don't realize how pertinent they are to the show, because so many intros just have pointless shit that goes on. Yeah. So many outros do too. But then you look at it as a whole and you're like, there's a lot to this.
It's like, this makes perfect sense. I understand what the missiles are. I understand what this heart is. I understand. Like it's great. And I can't even imagine how much work came into making one of those and making that one specifically. But yeah, it's fucking bomb. And I'm glad that it sticks around for the whole thing. Like if they don't like it, you didn't use 12 episodes, 13 episodes, something like that.
Sounds about right. Yeah, sure.
They don't switch it and it's great. I'm glad that stays there. And you're right. That's probably one of the best ones out there.
Yeah,
the song's amazing. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, the song's fine, but the animation is fucking stellar.
The visual component of it is fucking great.
Tight.
So, next up is from Blockade, Battlefront, which is getting a new season, by the way. I don't know if we talked about this.
We've talked about it. Yeah,
super stoked. So the song is called Sugar Song and Bitter Step, and it's done by Union Square Garden. So this is one of the those kind of outros, intros that the characters dance, you know? Yeah. And it's always this like kind of like, right, these characters wouldn't dance. Like they're too busy saving the world. I
forgot about that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
This is a good outro. Yeah.
So in this outro, like it's they're on stage and they're all dressed pretty similarly. They'll have to be wearing like a hat and like black suits, and you know it starts off with the main character dancing a bit, and then then it'll move to a different character dancing, and they all dancing together, and then they're all dancing separately, and super fun. It's super like, because you know the show isn't there's really serious components to it, but a lot of the characters in it are pretty absurd and outlandish, and so seeing them like if they were like it reminds me like if these guys were like to have a day off and go out and then the town and be like, let's just all have a drink, man, let's just all dance it up. And they'll also have like parts where it's like not just like the main characters and the good guys. Do you see some of the bad guys in there just like standing and like tapping and dancing around, and it's pretty fun. And I also like that there's all this happy stuff, and then there's like small moments where we see like frames of like these like boxes and stuff, and like it's a framed up visual image of like the main character is suffering and crying, and then like we see the girl there and she's like really like serious, and we remember like, oh, that's right, even though this is a really happy time, this world is really fucked up.
Yeah, it's some dark shit.
It's got this great visual image of like this girl stepping on a white rose and all this blood starts falling out of it.
That's pretty cool. It's
great. And then, you know, the party, it builds up from one guy dancing to just everybody on that fucking dance floor, and then the lights coming in, and it's great. It's a real good time, and it just reminds me of how fun the characters are and how crazy the world that they're living in. It's like this really crazy world where like it's New York, but it's a combination with demons and vampires, and it's great. It's a really good outro, and it makes me want to like watch the next episode. Even if something really fucked up happens, and there's like really joyous episode, I'm like, oh, that's right. They're all really cool people, and then boom, next episode.
Hell yeah,
great outro.
Shit. You know, I really appreciate whenever intros or outros have the characters dancing. It's just fun. Yeah. And I don't want it in every intro or outro by any means, but it's really cool when it doesn't really fit the show too much. Yeah. Like was it like Death Parade?
Death Parade. Yeah. Like
or Haruhi. Those are my two favorite. Yeah.
Well, I was looking into like by finding an outro. Haruhi has to be like one of the most famous ones, right? Because it just like made people want to dance and learn this dance.
And the song is just Hari Hari Yukai. Like everyone knows it.
Oh, it's super fucking catchy. And I remember at first watching, I was like, God, this is so fun. But before I knew it, like I was like,
you were like, yeah, I want to learn that. Like,
ooh, okay. And then you shake your hips right here, and it's like, okay, 1 and 2 and 3, and it's super fun. But yeah, there are times where some shows they'll do the dancey thing, and it's just like I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't know if I go back and forth on this, but I'm not the biggest fan of Assassination Classroom, the intro when they dance, I'm just like, it just feels kind of forced.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't know why. There's some that do it really well,
and some that like, just don't hit the nail on the head.
Some that fit shows too, like Lucky Star had that kind of thing going on with it, and neither of us cared for the show that much.
But it was fine.
But I think it was very appropriate for what the show was.
Because they're kids or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. And well, I mean, they're like in high school, I think.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, they're like it's a group of girls who are having fun. I was like, oh, cool.
Exactly.
I got the show's about. And then like when Death Parade does it, there's like, we're talking about people who are dying and
taking
reincarnation.
us out of this really dark theme,
context, right?
And we're like, you know what? We got to enjoy life for what it is. I think that's kind of what that was representing. And I
love that intro because also like the main character, like the big old tall guy with the white hair, like he's just straight facing the whole time. He's like, I'll dance, but I'm not gonna smile. I refuse to smile. So it's like it's really like they're in character even though they're out of character. So yeah, that's a good example. Haruhi, it's just like. There's like all these different, there's a fucking time traveler and a fucking alien, fucking robot and,
alien,
the normal guy and the Esper dude. And they're just like, yeah, we're going to dance because Haruhi wants us to dance.
Yeah, pretty much. And I just love it whenever it accomplishes telling a little bit more about the story in some way or another. Yeah. But also, like, it takes us away. And I don't know. I really appreciate the dancing and whatnot.
If it's done right, it's good.
And Blockade Battlefront did it right.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So this next one that I chose is kind of different from anything else, and the reason that I chose it is because it's so different. Mushishi season 2. Season 1 had an outro, which essentially the song starts playing and then it goes into the outro, and like the song plays before it actually ends, which I thought was really cool.
I like it when they do that, when they bleed into it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And season 2 was the same kind of thing, except instead of it just being one song, it was always a different song by the same artist.
Oh.
Every episode has a different outro.
That's why you don't have a name here.
There's no name. The artist is Toshio Masuda. And there's not a lot for me to talk about this, honestly. But, Mushishi is a show where it kind of dives into different emotions that people have for very unique kinds of situations, where sometimes there's something good going on, other times there's something bad, but it's affected by these kinds of spirits in the world that people can't see. They're like, well, it's in between spirits and reality. It's like this in between called Mushishi.
I think they're called Mushishi, bro.
Yeah, well, they're Mushis, and then he's the Mushishi or something like that.
He's the man that mushes the Mushis.
Yeah, he mushes the Mushis.
Yeah.
So in season 2, it's an episodic show. It doesn't have much of an ongoing story like at all, other than we see him traveling to these different areas, and they're all kind of like regionally connected in some way or another, and we have recurring characters and whatnot. But yeah, so once he doesn't always resolve the problem, but when the main character finishes what he can do at whatever place he's at, it kind of gives like a little wrap up. And while it's doing that wrap up, it's playing the song, and then it just goes into the outro, and it has this really nice looking foresty kind of feel to it, where it's just like the shadows of leaves on just like a colored background, and it feels like really earthy, and it fits in with the show so well because it makes you feel more connected with like the nature of everything, I think. But it's just a really bizarre change from regular anime's outros where it's,
a song and here's our character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like a more mundane, calm thing. And I thought it was really interesting.
That's kind of how Mushishi is, It's more like, hey, we're not here to have a crazy old time. Just relax and see what happens,
Yeah, exactly. And I think the outros fit very well.
I like when you were talking about Mushishi, I spaced out a little bit, and then boom, I always remembered, oh my god, I can't believe we watched the live action Mushishi movie. And I was just like, that was so bad.
It was not good. It was not good.
All right, man. Cool. That's great. It's really, I think it's a cool concept to have the same artist make a new song for every episode. That's
exactly.
That's not very common,
No, so strange,
Okay, next up is my pick. You're gonna have to read this for me because I cannot read all this. But it's the outro for Made in Abyss.
Yeah. So it was done by, I believe, the voice actors.
Yeah, it looks like
the
it.
show.
Yeah.
Miyu, Tomita, Mariya, Issei, and Shiori Izawa.
Yeah.
And the song is Tabi no Hidarite, Saihate no Migite.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Mouthful. Anyways, so like I said, I just recently started getting into watching and catching up with Made in Abyss, and it's a great show, and I'm really liking it. And I do like the fact that every episode, we get further into the abyss, we go deeper and deeper, and we see how fucked up this world is.
And there's just
especially because of like the style that they picked. Like it's a very cutesy art style. Like it's not chibi, but it's like really like. it's cartoony-esque, and they look really innocent. You know, it's like a show you might see like on that design's on Nick Jr. or whatever, and it's really wholesome. And then we see the shit they go through. It's like, holy fuck, that sucks.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of details.
Oh yeah,
in the environment
it's gorgeous.
So,
so what I'm saying, when they go for the character aesthetics, the characters look really simplified and really like wholesome or whatever. Yeah, so like seeing the show, we learn how the fucked up the abyss is, and how fucked up essentially everything in this world really is. Yeah, and then we get to the outro, and it's really nice. It's like it's really gorgeous. The positive sides of like because what's the main character's name? The girl's name? Do you know her name?
Rico. Yes, thank you.
She really loves the abyss, like she sees all the beauty in the abyss, even though it's like a fucked up place. Like, did they kill a giant monster? It's like, cool, let's just eat it now. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, well,
that's kind of how life works.
It's like, we're not going to not eat it. Like,
you don't want it to go to waste.
It's like I understand that those things almost killed me, but we are hungry and we are going to eat this. Yeah. Or so like when I feel like this outro is it kind of. Shows all the positive sides of the abyss, all the fun that they're having going down and going to different layers, and like there'll be one shot where they're eating, and there'll be one shot where like they're running away from these monsters, or they're looking into this cavern, and we see little bits of the characters we meet along the way. And this is like one of the outros that you benefit from. Like, you don't know this character yet, but you're going to meet him eventually. You know?
There's a little bit of foreshadowing in it. So
we got like I've got past the point where we meet that white whistle. That is
nice.
That's like really fucking mean. That she owns. She's like the unmovable or whatever. Or
I don't remember her name, but it's like a kick-ass name.
But she's at the bottom of the like upside down forest, and she has like a dome or whatever. And so we see her, and then
they're going lower, like companion.
And then we're going lower, and then we see this weird like bunny looking creature, and I don't know who that person is yet. I will eventually.
Right before then, there's also like a little like. It kind of looks like a dog.
Kind of, yeah. And then, like, eventually they jump to the bottom of the abyss, and it's like this beautiful something, because we don't know what's there, and then, like, it's just the three of them just laying on the grass, and it's, like, super nice. I really like it, I think it's a good change of pace from what we see in the show and what we see in this outro. I was like, you know what? There's beauty in the abyss. And then what I really like also is that sometimes we don't get an outro. Sometimes there won't be an outro. Like some of the what's called the credits will start to roll while they're still talking, because there's more show to be told, and so it's like, well, fuck, what do we do? Just cut the outro out, give us some more show. Yeah, but for sure we do always get a little map.
This is my favorite part.
This is one of the reasons why I picked this specifically, because we get to see this really, really gorgeous looking map of the abyss, and we get to see little icons as to where our characters are, and so we get to track them going down. It's super fun.
That is a poster I want more than like anything.
Oh, right, that would be a dope poster.
I would frame that the second,
like a big poster of the abyss.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
So I really like that aspect, that we don't. This outro is fun. The outro that where they're singing is super cute. But we don't always get it because they want to give us more of the show. But we for sure always get this little 2, 3, 4 seconds of this map, and we just see where they're at. I was like, oh, cool, this is where we're at.
What do you think about the little like tune over that? I like it a lot.
Yeah, it feels really video game esque. Like really, like,
I think it's like kind of jungly.
Yeah, like kind of. It reminds me like like the little, like if we're about to like enter the next level, it's loading. And it's like a little tune that gets played, and then we go in like
it's on like a vibraphone. It's like dun 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 dun. Something like that. It's cool.
Yeah, so it's great. Really liking Made in Abyss. I can't wait to finish it. I'm
excited for you, man. Dude, you're at the part, like, did you think that Ozen is her name?
Ozen, okay.
Did you think her story was like pretty dark?
It was fucked up.
It was pretty fucked up. Yeah. And a little bit of a spoiler for people that haven't watched the show yet, but we learn a little bit about Rico and about how she was dead. Yeah. She was a stillborn, but they still wanted to transport her body back up and wanted to make sure that it wasn't like torn apart by the curse in the abyss. So they put her in this protective cube type thing,
which is like an artifact in the abyss, whatever. And it's this weird thing that makes zombies essentially. Like so like they put things in it before and they'll reanimate them for a bit. So Rico is kind of not alive. It's just weird.
Yeah, she was dead and now she's back to life.
And she's still been alive,
Yeah, and it's fucking crazy. So like that whole thing was pretty dark. Yeah, and the way that they brought the story out was done in a really dark way, with like this gross meat monster being like hidden in the basement due to Ozen's experiments, and turns out Ozen's like hundreds of years old because she's covered in all these artifacts that make her very powerful and strong, and make it so her body won't decay and die. Yeah. so we get like that huge dark part of the story, and what you're in for next, it starts out and it's not like as dark. Of course, there's like darkness to it, and we find out more about like what's going on with the new character, the bunny girl that you see in the outro. But it's pretty fucked up and kind of difficult to watch.
Yeah,
and like you're gonna have a good time.
Ozen's super creepy. Like, there's a scene that really fucked me up yesterday when she was like, she's after they have to come back from surviving for only 10 days in like the bottom of the bottom of the forest?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, and like it was like super rough for them. And like, we're having dinner, and like she's cutting up meat, and she's like, Ozen is a really awkwardly animated character, you know?
Yeah, because she's very looming, but she also has like a bizarre stature. And
she's eating this meat, and she's bent over, and she like puts it in her mouth, and she like, wipes the juice off, and then she like cracks straight up, and it just looks like she broke. It just like really fucking turned me off. It's like, dude, this is fucking gnarly.
She's
intense. So anyways, Made in Abyss, great show.
Fucking amazing
let's
show.
Keep pushing. What else we got, Trip?
All right, so next up, I feel like this outro is pretty similar in some ways to the Made in Abyss outro. Flip Flappers. I chose the intro because it's a whole different thing than the outro. They're not similar in any way. The artist is Tomas featuring Chima, and the song is Flip Flap Flip Flap, because that's what they fucking say the whole time. It's a flip flap flip flap. Anyways, I love this because it's one giant kind of strung together art piece that is animated. Like, it has these little animation sequences going on underneath it where it shows the characters reacting to certain things and like being scared or being excited or whatever. And it just has them reacting all these different ways on this white background. But across the top, it has this like medieval fairy tale-esque scroll of scenes happening to the characters, and it's done in such a bizarre way where, like, you know, it shows them in this like super dark scary forest, and they're being attacked by a big pop-out monster that comes at them. They fall down like a hole, and they go to this other area. And one of the big things about Flip Flappers is they're taken to these places in people's minds, and they explore that, and they're able to kind of resolve internal conflict within people. And that's the main point of the show. And this just brings a whole different dark element to it where they're going to all these different worlds, and they're kind of exploring that a little bit. And overall, the song winds up being super catchy. It sounds like a children's rhyme type. Well, not like a children's rhyme, but it sounds like, Mother Goose type thing in some way or another. And it just sounds so childish and fun. But then, the show is like filled with all these deep psychological things going on. I don't know. The outro is just such a really good looking animation. I would love to actually have like that full scroll of what is in the outro as well as something that I would like frame and put on a wall or something. Yeah, that would be fucking killer. It's just, the art in it is stupendous, and it's different than the show. And, like we said before, I feel like that's a super cool thing to have in the outro. And that's similar to Made in Abyss, how it changes as well. It has more like a story tale pop-up book style for the outro as it's descending down into the abyss. And this is similar to that in a way. Yeah. So, cool. Yeah.
Next up is Paranoia Agent. And so this one was kind of tough to figure out because the outro is really short for Paranoia Agent, and it's also not like a real song. It's more like a tune. It kind of sounds like a whistle or something, maybe a hum. And I couldn't figure out who wrote it or does it, but it's called Moromi No Theme. And Moromi is the big pink dog.
Yes.
So it's like the pink stuffed character that the main character is in charge of like creating or whatever.
Right.
And she has some sort of psychosis where we see it move and talk, and it's animated, even though it's not, but in her mind it is. So the thing about this outro that I feel it fits really well with the show is the intro is this really awkward, unsettling kind of intro where there's like this really like loud music, it sounds like something you'd hear like in like a movie or like an orchestra or something, and like it's all the main characters, and they're all just like standing there and like laughing and like hysterically and smiling. You don't hear them laughing, you just see them doing it. And that's like the intro, and it's really, really,
it's eerie.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable,
Yeah.
And then we watch the show, and it's a great show, and fucked up shit happens. And then the outro is just like it's a shot of all these the recurring cast, and they're all asleep laying down on the grass with this like really like nice tune being played.
It's more serene.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
And then we zoom out and we see that they're all asleep in a circle. And in the middle is this really fucking big little pink dog, and it's just, again, it's like really nice and then super unsettling again.
Yeah,
It's just like, God, this show's fucked up.
The show does a really good job of making you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
that's for
who
sure.
was this guy again? This was the guy that did Paprika and
the
Kon?
Tokyo Godfathers.
Was it Kon?
Kon, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy, fucking,
It's like Otoshi.
this guy, this was he also did Perfect Blue, right? This guy knows how to make me feel like not comfortable, and that's great because like I love watching this show, and I love the intro, the show, the outro. It just works really well together. And
People were going along with Satoshi Kon. I think that was his name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kon
I'll
is in
change
there
it
for
like
sure,
1,000 times. It's definitely Kon. People were talking about how fucked up certain movies are and whatnot. And they're like, what movie absolutely fucked you up? And one of them was, I don't know, it had like a rape scene in it that was super fucked up. And the person that was talking about it had to like remind themselves as they were watching it, like, they're just actors. Like, this isn't real. This is really fucked up. And in Perfect Blue, I feel like they did a great job showing what like the recording of a rape scene is like. And it, it like fucks you up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But then it has the actor that's like the rapist actor.
It's like, hey man, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, he's like, I'm so sorry about this. And she's like, you know what? It's fine. Yeah. This is
our job. Yeah, we're getting paid for this.
Do.
Yeah.
But yeah, he like had to apologize because it was like pretty graphic.
They're especially like they're like, all right, time, hold it, guys, and they're just like, all right, I'm gonna have to do another take, and she's like, fuck, we didn't get it in one.
Yeah,
and it's like, that would take like a mental toll on somebody. But yeah, that scene was unsettling, handled very well. This director, God rest his soul, R.I.P. or whatever, but fucking gorgeous. Like whatever he did, he touched it and it was great. Like I remember you showed me Paprika, I was like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean the animation is gorgeous.
More of this,
And guess what? There was more of this.
So I just feel like this outro goes very well with just the whole aesthetic of the show, and I like it. I like it a lot, even though it's really short.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good outro for sure.
Next up.
Attack on Titan Season 2, kind of had to choose it because I've talked about it so many fucking times.
Gushing about it. God, you fucking loser.
It's by Shinsei Kamate-chan. It's Yugure no Tori. And let me fucking tell you about this outro.
Let me tell you what.
It's creepy.
Yeah,
it's fucking creepy.
Is this one with like the weird etchings on the walls and like
so it's kind of like old scriptures or scrolls told through pictures instead of actual writing, and it shows there's like this weird sacrifice and all these people are standing around. And when I say it looks like old scrolls and whatnot, I mean it's on like parchment paper, and it looks like it was kind of like
etchings and stuff.
Yeah, it was drawn with like brown ink because they didn't have like good ink or whatever it was. They just had what they had to use.
It's not like Photoshop.
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't look like it's an animated studio type thing. It looks good.
But purposely it looks bad. Like that,
Yeah, exactly. And the song is just so creepy. It's like a children's choir type thing, like da da na 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 na.
Yeah.
When you have the show with like all this like really intense sounding orchestral music, to have just like a choir come in and they're like singing in a super creepy way, and there's all this like sacrificing and blood, and like these giant monsters are eating people. It's so weird. And from the outro, I don't know how many other people felt this way, but I tried to draw like a lot of different theories and ideas from it because I feel like it has more story to tell. Like in the intro, it has this overall theme of, there are hearts that are affected in some way or another. And that's like one way that you can kill the people that can turn into Titans. And there are all different kinds of beasts, and they're all connected through their hearts. Even if we kill the Titans through their neck or whatever, we have to kill the people through their hearts. Anyways, the intro had a whole thing going on with it, and the outro does too, where it's getting into more of what season 2 was trying to allude to a lot, with a couple of character stories and how royalty was connected to somehow this whole epidemic of Titans coming about. And there's a lot of religious drive behind it. There are the people that worshipped the wall, and then it turns out the wall is made out of Titans, and there's just a whole lot of shit going on.
Fucks with all your ideology, right?
So you're just like, okay, what does this outro mean?
Yeah. You look at it, you stop every frame, you're just like, all right, what are we looking at here? This might be that. Yeah, no, this is actually one of those outros where you might find it insignificant, you just skip it or whatever. But if you watch it and you might learn something, or you might figure something out,
exactly,
and you'll feel good about it. And
that's what I liked so much about it. It was just like, okay, what am I missing this time? What's gonna be new?
What's new? What little bit is of importance here?
God, I fucking love that outro. It's so fucking good. It's different from the rest of the ones that I chose because a lot of the ones that I had chosen throughout this is just like the art style's fucking rad, and I also like the music or like it's unique in some way. And this is like, dude, it's pertaining to the show's
pretty
plot
vital to
some way.
watch
like,
it.
I want to figure this out. Like it's a mystery for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was down with it for that reason.
So for the last one, this is a show that you made me watch a while back.
True.
That I really fucking liked. It's probably one of the best animes I've ever seen.
I would recommend it to like everyone.
Steins Gate. The outro song is The Time. It's done by Governing 12 Covenants. And this outro, even though like you feel like you might feel like it's nothing special about it, it's just like this really good song. And we see like the credits are running while all the song's going on, and we see like shots of like watches and stuff flying by, and like there's these weird shards that are like moving throughout the whole thing, and you're just like, you don't really get it, whatever.
Like
and
gears and whatnot.
And then by the very end of it, like all these shards come together and they make this like this glass hourglass. And then after that, we just see a shot of Elizabeth or whatever, and she's just like, I don't know if she's naked or whatever, but her hands are above her head, and she's like knocked out, and she's just like, just there, and just like, what? What did I just watch? What did I just see? And for somebody, go ahead.
Who is Elizabeth?
Isn't that her name, Elizabeth? Isn't that what they call her?
Who?
The chick, the main chick.
The
Rebecca? What does he call her?
Chris?
Is it Christina? Oh, Christina. Right, it's Christina.
Yeah. I was so fucking confused,
I was like, there's
man.
somebody, I don't know, I don't fucking know the name.
Christina.
I don't think I know the main character's name. Is his name Stein? Is he gay?
No,
I don't know anybody's name.
No, man.
Anyway, so we see the chick, and she's there, and she's knocked out or whatever. And for somebody, because like you did tell me this, like it's a really slow burn for Steins Gate. Like you watch it, and it takes a long time for things to start paying off. But once they start paying off, do things just pay off?
That show's fucking great.
So watching the outro every time, it's like I get it. Like something's happening. I don't know what's happening, but like something of importance is here. Why is she so there, and what's with this glass and blah 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 all this stuff. And once you get to that point where you see like, oh, it's a time traveling thing. Oh, this makes so much sense. It's just a super dope visual and song to go along with this super dope anime.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty rad.
It's really great, and it's nothing mind blowing. It's just really simple, and it's all I really need. It's a good way to relax. I was like, oh, good, man, that was some fucking horrible shit. I'm just gonna sit here and watch the outro and chill out, and then boom, there she is, knocked out, naked. What's going on? And then we start the next episode. Man? So it's a great show, and great outro. And that's it. That's our 10 plus the 1. So that's our 11 outros that we picked. I don't know if you don't agree with us. It's fine. Go fuck yourself. Pick your own outros. But these are just outros that we like for our specific reasons. They're not all amazing and they're not all perfect or whatever, but like
all that matters is you watch outros and you don't skip them like a fucking heathen,
unless they're trash. Some
Sierra.
Some outros are real trash. You're just like, fuck this, I don't need to see this right now.
Yeah,
like the Trigun outro.
I'm 100% Trigun and Hunter x Hunter. I just
bad outro for Hunter x Hunter.
I just couldn't do
really.
Well, because Hunter x Hunter had several outros and like there were a lot where I was just like,
yeah. Well, no, that's how I feel about the Naruto Shippuden outro. Like they have a shit ton where it's like, I'm not feeling this one. I really like the last one. Or when they switch an outro on you, it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Like I really like the outro for My Hero.
Yeah,
that's
My Hero's got great outros.
Well, yeah. What was the outro? Was that the first season where it was just all the girls like running and stuff?
That was the second one. The second one's just all the girls. That one was good.
That was good. I really liked the song for that one. It was like it really grew on me. Yeah. Anyways, that was outros. That's the episode. Next week, guys, we are going to be watching the new No Game No Life movie. It's coming to town. We got our tickets.
No Game No Life 0. We're seeing it for Sierra's birthday. Happy birthday, Sierra.
Well, I'm seeing it because I want to for the show, not for Sierra's birthday. Or whatever.
I'm only seeing it because of Sierra.
Anyways, we're watching this movie, and we're going to be reviewing it. I probably should try to finish No Game No Life by then, so I kind of get it.
You haven't finished it?
No, I got to like episode 4 and I was like, this show sucks. I'm not watching this.
You should finish it.
I'll try.
Because there's some really fucking cool stuff that you would like in it.
Yeah, whatever. A bunch of fucking dirty pervs, brother and sister making out. Gross.
Yeah, that's fine, you know?
No, it's not. Anyways.
Sometimes you gotta fuck your sister.
What? You just can't say that.
That's our episode, you guys.
No, you just can't end on that note. Anyways, so next week we're going to be reviewing No Game No Life 0, which is coming out. And then after that week, we're going to be finally doing our anime wrap-up, which is great because that gives me some time to wrap up with all the animes I said I was going to watch and haven't had time to watch.
And then we're going to do our animes of the next season, our garbage pile of animes. Or it's going to be a bunch of good animes, and it's going to be a fucking great season.
I'm looking pretty forward to this animes that are coming out. Some of them are really interesting. I'm glad we got some hidden gems this season.
Mm-hmm. God, Made in Abyss just fucking got me.
You know, exactly. So I'm really looking forward to it. This has been in my opinion, this season of anime has been pretty successful.
Yeah, I would definitely say that they did a great job with this season of anime.
And not as opposed to 2 seasons ago where we got fucking what was it?
Nothing.
What was that one? Fucking the one that was kind of good, but Tanya of Evil or whatever.
Yeah,
it was still bad. He's like it was the best of a shit pile or whatever.
I was like, fuck, this animation's cool and it's good. It's still not. But I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Anyways. That's going to be happening in the next couple weeks. Hey, if you like our logo, hit up Erin from turrytops.com. She does a great job of giving you what you want for a great price. If you like our outro, hit up Tom Nasser. Our intro. We need an outro. We should get a new outro.
We do. We use his for the outro, too.
Yeah, but we need an intro and then an outro. An outro you can dance to, you know?
All right, I'll tell him to do that. He was like, you know what? Hit me up if you need anything. Just like recently. Yeah, he recently said that to me. And you know, I know he's in Trinidad right now, but
what's in Trinidad?
It's right next to Humboldt, and he was visiting family somewhere. I was like, hey, you're in Trinidad? And he's like, oh yeah, it's next to Humboldt.
He's like, it super sucks.
A totally different place.
Send me some work. Anyways, yeah, maybe we'll jazz it up. Maybe we get a new intro. Maybe we get a new outro.
Yeah, I want it to sound a lot like the Trigun outro.
A classic. Yeah, so check out Tom Nasser. He's on SoundCloud, and he's on Facebook, and he's on the YouTubes. It's Nasser and ASR. Trip, where can we find us?
People can find us on Facebook. Look up the Instarama Podcast. Same goes for Instagram. Look up the Instarama Podcast. If you want to send us a tweet at InstaRamaPod.
Podcast Infit.
And if you want to shoot us an email, send it to InstaRamaPodcast@gmail.com. Sometimes I like to stream stuff, so you can go to twitch.tv/Christopher. And also, we have a little bloggy thing that we could do blog stuff with.
Yeah, you just made a new blog a couple days ago.
That's true. Because
about being bad at watching anime.
True that.
You've done what, 3? Is this 4 now?
No, something around there.
I feel like I should do one. I'm not a very confident writer,
dude. I'm just like sitting there and I'm like stream of thought. Oh yeah, back to this thing that I was talking. Oh fuck. Also this thing. But I feel like I have. Depending on what I'm doing, I kind of act differently. Like for this show,
yeah,
I'm a lot more, I guess, normal than I am in real life.
Oh, that's surprising. Oh no, I get what you're saying. Like you act like a normal person as opposed to in real life where you're this total weirdo.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And for the blog, you're
super sexy.
I'm just like fucking suave as shit.
You're like 50 Shades of Grey. It's like, and then he put it in, and I was like, yeah, let's watch this anime.
All right. Anyways,
no, you don't like that.
Don't fuck your siblings.
Yes, don't. That's
pretty much the whole theme of this week's episode.
Oh God.
Next week it's going to be all about fucking your siblings,
probably.
And
anyways, this is the end of the episode. We'll see you next week. Bye from Juan.
I'll see you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water.
Do you ever think of the things you say before you say them?
I think of everything that I say, and I'm like, this would be a bad choice, but I'm going to do it anyways because I don't care about myself.
You disappoint me.
I disappoint everyone.